Anyway, May 29th, 2023, beautiful day in Vancouver. Gorgeous sunny day, probably close to 80 degrees. But I want to tell you another story in my continuing golf stories from my 30-year career of photographing golf courses and PGA Tour events and many high-end corporate events. I've had a very great career. But anyways, this one, I've always been a very early adopter with technology. Phones, cars, cameras. Something comes out new, the Hux is on it. Anyways, I adopted the digital photography when that came out. I bought the Fujifilm, I believe it was, S1 or something. I had that. The quality wasn't great, but it was very convenient. But anyways, then when the drones came out, I of course went, got a drone right away, which was fantastic. Again, the quality wasn't great, but it was okay. But my second drone in was the Inspire 2, which was a whole leap up. That was very good quality. Anyways, I got hired to shoot the Point Grey Golf and Country Club, which is here in Vancouver, a very swanky private club. And the GM's actually a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. Actually met him many years ago in London. He was a bartender at Oscar Taylor's. And when Goose and I, my buddy and I, we owned some tanning salons in London. Well, I'm going way back now. But anyways, Brad used to overserve us in the bar before we'd go out at nights partying. Anyways, fast forward to Whistler. I met Brad again. He did become again, as I say, as the general manager at Point Grey. So anyways, he hired me. So I'm there at 7:30 in the morning. It's quite early. And I go down the first tee and I get the new drone up and it's just hovering up and I hear a cough behind me and I look around. There's Brad standing there with a three-piece suit on. Like, I'm not nervous enough, right? Because I've only flown the drone a few times, right? So anyways, he said, let's see this thing go. So I take the drone down the fairway, down the middle. And he's like, wow, this is fantastic, you know? And it gets down just before the green. It's about a 525-yard par 5, so I can just see it in the distance. And I got it hovering there. I'm looking down on the screen. I can see it hovering. And then I look up again, and Brad goes, oh, my God, look at that. And all of a sudden, this big eagle's flapping its wings out of the big tree, and it's right over top of my drone, flapping the wings like this, and I'm going, oh my God, what's it gonna do? And all of a sudden it just flapped and took off and went away. And Brad goes, well, that was a close call. I go, oh yeah, man. Anyways, he says, carry on, that looks fantastic, and off he goes. So then I go down the cart, down the first, I take a few more pictures, but then I do the second hole, which is a par 3 over the water. Third hole, another par 5. Well, I get to the fourth hole, right? And it's a dog leg to the right. So I take the drone down. On the left is the Fraser River. I take the drone down. I'm watching it on the screen. And then I turn it a bit left. Now I don't see it anymore. So I got to look on the screen. I take it down in front of the green. Take a few pictures. And I thought, well, I'll just reverse it back. Well, that was a big mistake and a big lesson learned, I'll tell you. Because you're going backwards, you can't see anything that's in front, right? So stupid thing to do, but when you're a rookie, you just don't know any better. So I put it in reverse and it's going along nicely, and then all of a sudden I just see branches all around it, you know, like on the screen, right? Next thing, boom, down it goes. It's all just static. I go, oh no, what's going on now? So I get in the cart, I race down, and I go off into the woods a little bit. It's a clear woods. And then I see the drone. And just as I see the drone, and it's in pieces, and my heart's sinking, and I'm going, oh, no, what am I going to do? Through the woods in his gator comes the superintendent, George, I think was his name, ripping along. And he's yelling, Hux, he says, I hear you're flying the drone. Where is it? I got to see this thing in action. And I said, well, here it is right here. And he goes, oh, my God, what happened? I said, you won't believe it, George. My God. I said, this big eagle came out of the trees, swatted my drone down into the ground here. He goes, no way, really? I said, yeah, it's unbelievable. Oh, my God. I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to tell him that I'm an idiot, and I couldn't. I'm a professional. I flew the drone 2 holes and crashed it. Anyways, he takes off, and I pick up the pieces of my drone, and I skulked back to the parking lot. I put the broken drone into my trunk and everything. And I go, oh God, well, I guess I better go tell Brad what's going on. So I go into his office. He says, close the door. As soon as I close the door, he goes, Black Hawk down, Black Hawk down. I go, you know the drone's down? He goes, yeah. He says, was it that eagle? He said, word has it on the course. I said, everybody knows? He goes, the whole course knows about this. He said, it went all through the course. The superintendent, everybody's on radios talking about this eagle that came out and swatted your drone down on the ground. Is that true? I said, well, it's not quite true. I said, I didn't have the heart to tell the super that I was such a bad pilot. I crashed into the trees. Anyways, I told Brad the truth. He goes, oh, well. So anyways, I felt bad. So I'd only an hour into the shoot. So I went and bought another drone, another $5,000, and sent this one to LA to get repaired. They got it back in like 5 weeks. And when I got it back, I immediately sold it. And I got most of the money back for it. But crazy story, crazy story. I just like that though. Black Hawk down, Black Hawk down. And now, my new drones now, well, they have all obstacle avoidance cameras, top, bottom, side, front, back. So when it sees an object, it immediately puts the brakes on when it's within 10, 12 feet of an object. So it's pretty much impossible to crash the drones these days. So technology is in my favor, thank God. Okay, that's another story of the trials and tribulations of being a golf course photographer. Over and out.